Hi, I'm Ginny from Ginny Coppenhall Photography, and I'm here again to provide a photography challenge as part of the Eat, Sleep, Create, Repeat photography challenge series as part of the Digital Dukes creative homework programme. So last week I set you a challenge to tell me a story from your doorstep, and I absolutely loved seeing the ones that you shared, and I hope you enjoyed creating them, and we would love to see them again. I'll tell you how in a second. So each person is going to get something different out of these challenges. It may be some much needed creative inspiration, or it might be that you're familiarising yourself with your camera because I share some tips and techniques every week. Or it may be that you're working on these challenges with your family or the people that you live with, and it's a chance to connect and do something fun together. And also connect with people online when you share and comment on other people's photographs and see how they responded to the challenges. So as I say, there's a few ways that you can get in touch, and each week on the Facebook page at Dukes Lancaster we'll post the video for the challenge, and underneath that video we'd love to see your photographs, and that's a great way for me to see them and interact with you as well, and do ask questions if you've got them along the way. You can also go to the Instagram profile, and that's at the Dukes Lancaster, and you can tag the Dukes in that, and you can also post on Twitter at the Dukes Theatre, and do tag in that as well. And we would love you to email some of your photos to tom@dukeslancaster.org as well, because we'd love to compile some of your creations to look back on, and because it's just a fantastic opportunity to capture the zeitgeist. I love that word. Something about these times. And photography is such a fantastic way to do that. And as I said in the last two challenges, I am inviting you to tell a story every week, every challenge, and it's something about what's going on at the moment and perhaps how it's affecting you and your life. Just a little insight into what's going on, and a fantastic way to document. So what is the story that I would like you to tell this week? It is a story of comfort. So what is bringing you comfort at the moment? Tell us about it. Take some photographs which represent those things which are soothing you in some way, because these times are scary, anxiety provoking for many. And what is it that helps to calm? And it could be lots of things. So I would suggest you write a list. What comes to mind straight away when I ask that question? Jot loads of things down. And what would lend themselves well to telling a visual story? So it could be activities that you're doing. There may be some activities which help to calm and soothe, and it may be ones that you are returning to that you haven't done for ages. It may be new ones that you've discovered. It may be doing something with your hands. It may be exercise. It may be something that appeals to the senses. So is there something you like to touch, like a favourite blanket or something like that? You might want to photograph the texture of that, really get that across. Is there something you like to eat or drink? And many of us have been comfort eating, and me included. And but what does that mean for you? What's a treat? What helps you? It may be something that you smell that brings you calm and comfort. Some favourite scent. How could you convey that? That'd be a bit more difficult, but I'm sure you can find a way. It may be an animal. That's a big one, I'm sure, for many people. Animals have a fantastic ability to soothe us and calm us in strange times. What else could comfort mean? I'll leave it to you. It can be lots of things, and it's different for every single person. So what is comforting you? Tell us that story. So I'd like you to consider two things this week. The first is simplicity. So make your image simple if you can. Sometimes the best images are simple ones. Not overcomplicating it with lots of different props or elements to the scene. Just focus on what you would like the viewer to look at. What is the subject? And how can you portray that? Perhaps against a simple background, and not including things that don't contribute to the story. So that's number one. And another way to simplify, the second thing I'd like to consider is black and white photography. That can be a fantastic way to simplifying your image, stripping away the colour and just really focusing on interesting shapes, textures, lines particularly. So a simple image to start with is good, and then to convert it to black and white can make it even more powerful. So black and white, I choose to take pictures in colour, that's my preference, and convert to black and white after, because I feel it gives me more options. But that is up to you. You can take often in black and white, there's often settings within your camera. But as I say, I take in colour, convert in the editing process. So you will, if you're taking a photo with a DSLR, you may well have editing software that you like to use already, and your computer will come with some inbuilt editing software in your photo gallery, no doubt, and you'll be able to probably convert into black and white will be one of those. So even if you don't use something like Lightroom or Photoshop, there'll be easy ways to do that. And with your camera phone, there's usually your camera app will have an edit function, and then one of those might be to apply black and white filters. And then you can play about further with things like the brightness and the contrast to really give it a bit more of a punch. So there's a few ways of doing that. There's an app I love to use called Snapseed, and it's available on all devices, whether you're on Android or Apple, and it's free, and it's a great editing tool. So perhaps you want to have a look at something like Snapseed. There are other editing apps too. So have a go. Tell me a story about something that brings you comfort. Simplify your image. Convert it to black and white if you want. You don't have to take the tips on board. You can do it however you like. But there's just a couple of suggestions, and I can't wait to see your photographs. There's a reminder coming up right now on the slide of the different ways you can contact us, and I'll see you next time.